Yo, I'm live. We'll see if the, whoa, I think I've done that trail before. It's just a golf trail. Okay, so if it starts doing the buffering thing, sorry. I'm going through trails out in the wilderness. I put my selfie stick on my bike, so now we can call it my bikey stick. And I put a fisheye lens on it, and every bump I hit, sometimes it turns a little bit, so I'll be always adjusting it as long as I'm riding. Whoops. Now we're entering the woods. So this is kind of just a tad, but it's not. I was just thinking about on my ride, because I'm already on my way back. I was thinking about it. All the science that they claim to do on the International Space Station is so that they can it's to find out new things to survive on the space station. Like, I heard one of the gals up there, I heard her say, I could maybe, if I end up editing this, I'll put the clip in there. But she says something about learning how to, doing the science and learning how to live in an environment that we were not designed to live in. And so the science that they're doing, and I have examples, I'll get to that. The science that they're doing is like, I hope you guys can hear me okay, but, because this is just my first time trying this, but I thought it would be cool to, just to go on a ride, because I've rode my bike before and made a video, but not with the selfie stick, I mean a bikey stick. Okay, good, you hear? I can just read that. Thank you, Adrian. So, they're doing science. Okay. Warning, alert, warning. False religion. World religion. Okay, they're doing science on... Hey, Anthony. You too, bro. They're doing science on the station. Such as... Oops. I got squeaky brakes. They're doing science on the station just like... it's terrible. All that they're doing is trying to scheme up ways to do rituals and do like, and the people that are doing it, they don't realize it. It's just because we were born into this time, and there's Angel of the Bottomless Pit, Apollo 11. We just had a 50th anniversary of them landing on the moon, they say. I don't buy it. But alright. Oh, I can't see that's science at this. Yeah, I think I saw satanic and indoctrinated, and I think that's probably got to be a correct statement, whatever you were saying. Okay, so they, for instance, sorry, I thought this guy's going. I'm going. I thought, oh, okay, sorry. So I'm crossing. All right, then I can start thinking again. Okay, so the things that they're doing on the space station, the science that they're doing, and mind you that they're doing live interviews with elementary schools all the time, teaching the children what they're doing up there. And it really is witchcraft or sorcery or whatever. I don't know the right proper term to call it, but it's what they're doing up there. Because first of all, you're sacrificing your kids to Jupiter, to all these planets if you teach your children that those planets are a place to go. Think about it. God didn't make planets. God made angels and stars. And then there's a prison for some of those angels and stars. But anyway, so they teach children, keep that in the back of your mind through this whole thing. They teach children, and I'll just say it the blunt way, there's no way to argue this. They teach children to drink their own urine. And any amount of people would want to say, no, they don't. It's not like that. There's a process. To drink your urine, there's a process. Can't tell me I'm wrong. They take pride in it. They teach it to children because they've done science. And the science gave them the idea to come up with this machine. You can ask Don Pettit, it goes chugga chugga chugga. And then they drink it. That's just one example. So, actually, how many of you people have children? I don't have any children. This thing keeps turning on me, that's okay. I don't have children, but I love children and the way that they're innocent, and to be teaching them things that the fallen angels taught us, it's not good. It actually, like when I think about it, I just see parents that, yes, we love our children and all that, but do you really? If you're teaching them this kind of stuff, what I'm saying is, at this point, I mean, now that people have been exposing this, people have been talking about this for 3.5 years or something, 3 years, 5 years, I don't know how long, but it's not gonna get through to these people. They're just so in love with that darkness up there. I put a post on Facebook today that said, if you support space exploration, if you want to explore space, you want to go to hell. Literally. The darkness, the blackness of darkness. Think about this. Apollo is the angel of the bottomless pit. Whoa. It's starting to turn. Hopefully this works. This is my first try. There's already a few modifications I'm going to make to my Bikey self-stick and whatever, my Bikey stick. But Apollyon is the king, or it's the angel of the bottomless pit. And the world had, at the end, the world had him for a king over them. Huh. Interesting, huh? It just says it in the Bible. It just says it. And then, I'm not going to get on the dragon topic, but it just says that too. It gives you the name. And that's the testimony of Jesus from heaven. So of course he knew. So he was giving us the heads up. And people that usually don't listen, but whatever. Whoops, this thing keeps turning slowly. It's because I have a piece of tape on here. It's one of those selfie sticks that like you can stretch it out. So it has like, it turns. I can swivel it. Actually, I'm gonna stop and mess with it really quick. I can swivel it like that. So I could make you ride like that. It might just, I might have to just keep adjusting it. I'll fix it for next time. I'm riding through Lake George Park or whatever. We got some pretty sweet trails up here. So yeah, some of the other things they're doing on station, like they talk about this stuff, they're so proud of it. If we go to Mars, it takes a long time to get to Mars, and you only have so much room in the spaceship to bring water and stuff, so it brings up a dilemma for space travelers. So what we gotta do is we gotta hocus pocus wave your wand around and drink it. Drink what we waste. Drink what we're not. Drink the stuff that comes out. That's not right. And I'll tell you what, there's something more to water than just water. Well, especially for them. But what I'm saying is, water is, that's something that's going to be one of my next words that I look up and do a search for on Bible Gateway. Water. Water is something else. And there's waters above, and I think those are different than the water like in this lake here. The waters above, I think they're different. I think they're the great deep maybe, which is, I don't know, I'm just saying I think there's some things that are different, some things that are the same. I don't know. Lots of bumps on this part of the trail. Oh great, park ranger. Just kidding. So yeah. No. I'm kidding. He had a little notebook and there was someone on a bike that was sitting next to him that he was chatting with. He was like a 15-year-old park ranger. The kid was young. One time I was riding through this park, and I have a Weed Whip motor that I had on here on my bike, and it just goes on the tire. And I was riding that thing, and it's easier to not pedal than to pedal, so a lot of times I don't pedal. And I think it was one of them guys. I was riding, and I was on the road, so they wouldn't have cared. But like, I waved at him, and then he went like this. Like, I couldn't tell if he was telling me to stop. And I was kind of chuckled to myself. I'm like, what are you gonna take? You're gonna chase me down on your park ranger thing? Because he couldn't catch up to me. There would be no way for those things don't go that fast. I'm sure they go kind of fast, but you guys don't know how I ride. I'm just kidding. So I'm just babbling on now. Yeah, crystals. They grow better crystals, or the crystals grow faster in space. You know that? Hitting the brakes. I got to redo my brakes on my bike. They're bad. Usually I don't really use much brakes. Usually I'm pedal to the metal. But crystals for, I don't know how they use them. I don't know what they use them for. Don't really care. But they're doing, it's for, I'm trying to remember what the, Parkinson's. It's for Parkinson's, something to help with Parkinson's. Okay, and then, of course, one of the things they're trying to do is see if they can figure out ways to grow vegetation in a spaceship. And, well, that's science. And why did they do this science? Well, it should be obvious. Otherwise, how are they going to go to places like Mars? That's, I met a guy last night over where looks like I lost you for a minute there. But I think it's interesting how there's two different kinds of spirit in a person, like in people, when it comes to flat earth and just the topic of it. And it's like, some people, you tell them and you get some, like this reaction that it's like scary. Like they flip out, freak out, and they get like angry at you and all this stuff. Then there's the other reaction, it's like, oh really? Even if they think it's preposterous, they're like, oh really? I never really thought of it. Or what, like, I talked to this guy, I don't know, it had to be 45 minutes. He was the coolest dude ever. Had to be 45 minutes. He was the coolest dude ever. And we were talking about the Bible, we were talking about, I was telling him what I believe, which will make just about anybody laugh. it seems. But that guy seemed to be, to me, that he was already thinking about some of the stuff that I was thinking about before I ever talked to him. Like, just for an example, he said something about wondering if, like, angels and demons and, like, up there in the sky, and like, he's thought about this stuff, and that was encouraging to me to see someone that was like, I mentioned to him, or I mentioned Revelation 13, 11, and 13 when John sees that beast coming up out of the earth. I mentioned that to him and told him, like, that Elon Musk is basically going to see this video. I'm coming back into the neighborhood. Everybody's got to leave. I'm just kidding. So, yeah, that's about it. Hopefully this worked out cool with my bike. I'm gonna do some modifications. I love riding my bike. I want to be like Ray Comfort without the dog. I'm just kidding. The Ray Comfort's awesome. Love that guy. We gotta tell him the air's flat too. I already told him that it didn't rotate. In one of his videos, he walked right into it, just like Ken Hovind did the other day. Like, that's how we gotta convict these people, is with their own words, because they love the Lord just like us. They're doing what they feel is right and what they feel is truth, but we gotta get them with their own words. Like, Kent was telling about one of the swing sets, one of the crazy rides that he made at Adventureland, and it was called the, oh boy, it was called the, oh, he had the Dino something, but it was also called, he said, the swing swivel, what was it? It was a bunch of S's. You'll have to look it up. The swing something, swing swivel, swingosaurus or something like that. He said, Kent says it so much better, but he said, when the kids get off of that, they're so dizzy they think the world's spinning. And he's like, you can go over this tree and you hug this tree, and believe me, the tree's not moving. So there you go, Kent Hovind. Just because I watch his videos, I love the guy. He just busted himself, like in God's court. I think that God, I'm not judging or anything, but I'm just saying, I would guess that God would judge that Kent already knows in his heart that Earth is stationary, because he just said that tree the tree isn't moving. So when they get off the ride and they're all dizzy, they go hug the tree, right? So there was Kent, and then Ray Comfort was, he put a video out recently. They had a earthquake, and he took a video in his home right as it was happening, and he kind of used it as a way to minister. And like, I got respect for both these guys, but he said something like when the earth is moving beneath your feet, it's horrifying. And like, he was scared. I mean, I would be too. Earthquake, I can't imagine. I've never experienced one. But so I put in the comments, I said, well, then you already know that Earth is stationary, never moves. Just like Scripture uses, I'm not trying to quote him, but something like Scripture uses things that we can understand. However, in his words, he's better at words. I'm not good at words. But he kind of just made an excuse for it. And like, the point is, though, that the Earth never moves. That's why bikes have pedals. That's why telescopes have tracking motors. See, right now my camera's mounted on my, what did I call it? My selfie, or no, my bikey stick. Yeah, something like that. I'm at my house now, so I'm gonna roll out. But yeah, share the truth, believe the truth. Don't believe the lie. Don't fall for strong delusion thinking that men can go to heaven. They can't. I mean, they can't ascend into heaven. Oh man, that was a good ride. You guys only took about not even half the ride with me, I think. All right, you guys have a good one. And maybe I'll try this again, I don't know. See you later. Uh-oh, my